So without the proof of expenses, you cannot deduct tax.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Property Zone Live. And Sean here. I'll be the moderator today. And this is our speaker, Nicholas.
Hi, Nicholas.
Okay, so today Nicholas is going to share with us a very, very hot topic, especially with a Malaysian who own a property here. Okay, and it's e-invoicing. All right, how does e-invoicing affect property owner like yourself? And today we're going to explore this topic further in different categories. So, without further ado, I would like to ask a very, very important question: e-invoicing. So, what exactly is e-invoicing? How and why is Malaysia is implementing this practice now?
Okay, first of all, e-invoicing is actually a digital submissions and a validation process. Directly put all this data into the Inland Revenue Board. We call it Lembaga Hasil Dalam Negeri, LHDN. So we say IRB lah. All right. So maybe some of you would think I already have using e-invoice, like sending invoices to via PDF file, via JPEG. But that one is actually called soft copy invoicing. That one is not e-invoicing. So e-invoicing is actually something that you need to validate by the system itself. So government is actually giving you free service on the My Invoice portal. Okay. So this portal will be like everyone can use it for free. Okay. So in fact, last time you do invoice by your accounting software or manually do it.
All right.
But now you have to create this invoicing through the My Invoice portal.
So everything is centralized, and government can actually concentrate and how should I say? Is look at the data.
Yes, it's
from
all
a
transparent
company point of view. All right.
Yeah, all parties are transparent already. Okay. So this is actually a part of Malaysia government move to the digital tax system to improve it for more compliance and also reduce fraud. Okay, so this is something. So when government actually announced this, it's actually implementing by phases. Okay. So this implementation is actually goes into 4 phases. Initially was only 3 phases. That means last year we have started those more than 100 million annual turnover company has been started since last year, 1st of August. And this year in January 1st, for those annual turnover within 25 million to 100 million, they also already started. Okay, so for the rest of the businesses, so will be start this coming July 1st.
Okay, anything below how much starting July?
Okay, so this will be 500,000 to 20 million.
So you're talking about turnover, not profit.
Annual turnover.
All right. Okay.
But after that, they actually roll out another phases, which means those below 500,000, so 150,000, to 500,000. So this category will be just starting next year, 1st of January.
Oh, okay. They will subdivide another group, and then they
Yes.
postpone kind of the implementation date for this
Yes,
group.
actually they brought forward because for the 3rd phase, for all businesses categorized below 25 million, those businesses will be start initially plan was 2027, but they brought forward 18 months.
2027. Wow. Okay.
But you will ask, so what about those businesses less than annual turnover 150,000?
That's pretty
Okay, so that one will be full exempt.
fully exempted lah.
Yes,
Okay,
it's
that's good.
exempted.
That's good.
All right. Okay, so these are the phases that are already rolled out. So we have to be very alert and aware.
So just find out which category you are in if you're running a business. So coming back to property. So how does this affect average property owner? Let's say someone who's renting out the unit. Do they need to issue the e-invoice?
Okay, this is a very good question because we want to know. Actually, in fact, if landlord is generating the income from your property's rental as a business income, they have to issue an e-invoicing.
So they do need.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So are there different rules for individual landlords versus a property investor who have multiple units, or whether they are under a company? Because there are these different categories of owner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we will have actually one question that if non-business income, okay, so do I need to issue a e-invoicing? So what is actually classifications for non-business and actually business income? I'll give you an example. For instance, like people actually buying properties under a Sendirian Berhad name,
Yep.
okay, or a company name, partnerships, all right? So those actually automatically will treat it as a business income.
So that will automatically whatever income derived from this rental
Yes.
add into their business income.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, people will ask, okay, so for those like, you know, we put aside property, people say if individual, freelancer, okay, so do they need to pay tax or not? Okay, but as long as individual, you use property, you own multiple assets or multiple properties to generate income, LHDN actually will classify you as using properties to generate business income. So you still need to, you know, do e-invoicing.
All right. So
Alright.
in that case, there's no difference between whether you use the company to buy or as an individual.
Yes.
Yes, in that case.
Yeah, so it's actually multi-properties. So I give you another example because this will have misconceptions for some of the property investors. We need to understand one thing first. Why do government need this e-invoicing? Okay, why do we need an invoice? Invoice for actually a company. If I'm a seller, I sell you something. Okay, so I issue you. I sell you something. Who will actually issue the invoice?
Seller?
Seller will issue the invoice, right? So I issue an invoice means this is actually proof of my income. Okay, you have to pay me.
Correct.
All right. So now, if we implement this e-invoicing, that means when I sell you something, I give you e-invoicing. Okay, so this will be your proof expense for a buyer. So without the proof of expenses, you cannot deduct tax.
All right.
All right, you got that?
I got it.
Yeah. So this is actually very important. But for those scenario, we take this scenario. If the landlord is actually an individual, okay, and he only own maybe 1 or 2 properties, or maybe this landlord inherited this property from the parents.
Okay.
All right. So it's not under company name; it's under individual. He rents to a company, a Sendirian Berhad. So this Sendirian Berhad need to get a proof of expense.
Yep.
But I don't require to issue your e-invoice.
So what's the catch then? Yeah.
So what they can do is actually to create a self-bill invoice.
Okay.
Okay. So this is also the same process. You have to go to My Invoice portal. Okay, to register. Okay, and you
Both of them or
no,
just the company
only
side?
the company side. So
Alright.
instead of owner giving issue you an e-invoice,
So you bill
when
yourself
yes,
and
you bill
claim the
yourself.
expenses from
Yes,
company point of
that's
view.
right.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the difference. Okay.
So I mean, if you're talking about action, now you understand the theory, you understand the timing. So what should a property owner do now to prepare themselves for this?
Okay, first I think you need to get clarity on whatever your rental is actually income for non-business or business income. This is you have to find out first.
Yeah.
All right, especially for those people, okay, who buy property under investment holding company.
Under company.
Okay, they have to get prepared first.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, and you have to see whether you have been started in the which phases you actually have to use this e-invoice, because you need to engage a tax agent, or maybe you have to use some kind of software, because there are 2 types of system you can actually do this e-invoicing. First is actually go to My Invoice portal. Second is actually use those API. API means example, AutoCount. AutoCount, they have API system integrated with My Invoice portal. So you do in AutoCount, all right, or etc. Then automatically this all this data will actually push into My Invoice portal.
Okay.
All right. So you have to prepare for this and also get advice from your tax agent.
All right. Okay. So I want to ask another question. I'm not sure you have actually answered me. Are there tools or system can help with the compliances or manual? Did you answer that question?
Yes,
you want to add on?
yes.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
already add on.
Already.
Okay. So what are the common misunderstanding property owner like ourselves have about e-invoicing or the rest of you?
All right. So for e-invoicing, actually, the most misconceptions is actually only they would think that big companies only need to do it.
Okay.
All right, but in fact not. Okay, it's wrong. As long as your rental income already reached that annual turnover, then you have to, you know, fulfill the e-invoicing requirement.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
yeah, so you have to check whether your annual turnover that generating from all this property rental, okay, in this category or not. If yes, then you have to fulfill.
So if I to summarize it, if I were to add on, let's say I'm an individual, all right, I still earn a personal income. If I add my rental income, as long as exceed 150,000, although I don't register any company, I'm just a small layman, all right?
Yeah.
My individual income plus my rental income exceed 150,000, I'm in this and I had to do something about that, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, because the point of view from our point of view or the LHDN IRB point of view is different. So you have to check whether they classify you as a business income generator from property rentals.
Since we have to do so much preparation as a property owner, all right, engage tax agent and understand how it's going to do, is there any benefit for landlord like this?
Of course, yes, because you see, when we do this digital tax invoicing, it's actually improve our tax reporting, better credibility in financing, all right? And also, because you see, sometimes when manual key in all those invoices, we might have human error. Yeah, we have mistakes. So this e-invoicing is actually from your end, when you key in, okay, immediately, instant, okay, it will appear in my account system as well. So they have actually 72 hours grace period for you to amend, revise that invoice if I rejected that invoice. So this is actually quite transparent. Yeah, you know why actually this is actually very good for landlords? Because when you do this, next time if you want to do more financing, okay, you have a proper set of account, and it's actually better for those informal companies. They actually can turn it into formal.
Oh, so in other words, if I put it in a layman's term, okay, number one, you do this invoicing. Of course, number one is build up your profile.
Yes.
So it's easier for you to get financing later.
Yes.
Number two, also help you to clean up, tidy up your house system.
Yes.
In the accounting point of view.
Yes.
In a better way. Nicholas, do you have any final advice for people who are watching this?
Okay, maybe we still have a miss that why government actually want to do this. All right, as we know, e-invoicing, Malaysia is not the first country of implementing it. All right, so even like Taiwan already implemented 10 years ago. Singapore is voluntary, but we are mandatory in Malaysia. So like Mexico, most of the Europe countries, there has been started it, you know. So this e-invoicing, like example, Mexico started in 2014. They have one RCS, I don't know how to read in long form, RCS. It's just like something like our, you know, TIN number. If you don't know what is TIN, it's actually a tax identification numbers. It's not Milok TIN. So this TIN number, you will realize since last year until this year, if you're doing business with those annual turnover 100 million or maybe 20 to 100 million kind of companies, so they already require, like example, today you walk into Apple to buy a MacBook, right? And they print you a receipt and you see a QR code over there. So you can scan the QR code to fill in your details, because that one actually you can you know, deduct tax. You know, you can have exemptions, you can have decay. We have how much tax subsidy for that?
For the electronic gadget, right? I think they changed
3 to 5,000.
3 to 5,000.
3 to 5,000. So they give you 30 days. You purchase early of May, so you actually can key in the details, scan that QR code, and they give you up to end of the month. All right. So you have to fill in. So you see, this system actually require about 55 information fields. Okay, 35 are actually compulsory, okay, mandatory. So 20 is actually optional, okay. But this is kind of, you know, some of them they heard, oh, so many things to fill in, maybe it's very headache, And I heard a lot of accountants, they are actually going to quit or resign their job. But everything, if you put it right, is actually, it will be auto-run and much more easy work for, you know,
The after part, the later part.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's right. So for this government actually doing this, is because to improve the tax gap in the country. Like a lot of informal shadow economy, like we say, shadow economy. Some of the businesses actually you cannot see, you can see but you cannot touch. They're actually not doing a proper taxation, you know. They're trying to run away from tax. But this actually affected the country, lost 70 billion. Yeah. Imagine this 70 billion, we spend it back to develop the country, it will be a very good amount to expand to the capital
build
expenditure.
more hospital, more
Yes.
infrastructure,
Yes, that's
more
right.
school, you know.
So you see, so they successfully for others country has been implemented this one, okay? They actually help those shadow economy turn into a formal economy. So in other words, they're helping those small companies to do it better.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
All right.
Good.
So I think we should start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to recap, I know we have sharing quite a bit of information. Maybe I just break it down. Maybe you can recap few points. Just minus those already in the running because their
Yes.
business is big enough. They have already get a head start of it. Those are coming one are those who's earning 150,000 turnover
Yes.
and above annually, and the deadline is going to be
Okay, 1st of July will be 500,000, okay, to 25 million.
okay, and then the smaller one 150,000 to 500,000 will be
Yes.
January next year.
January next year, yes.
All right, that's number one. Okay, if you own a property, okay, so whether you are individually owned, company owned,
Yes.
you're still looking back into your annual turnover.
This first annual turnover,
Your business income plus your
yeah,
personal
or whether
income,
you have
rental
multiple
income.
properties generating income.
All right, okay. But sometimes you have one big one, it's generating 10,000 a
That's
month.
why, like for instance, like example, I have one property, 150,000.
yeah.
Yeah, do I require this or not?
Yeah.
This actually depends on how LHDN classified you, whether you need to do invoicing or not.
How
so
do we
you
know
need to
their thought?
find out. You have to find out.
Oh.
So this is one of the preparations you need to do.
Okay.
Yeah, even though you have one property, yeah,
Alright.
maybe 150,000 or above annual
Annual rental
income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we share quite a fair bit of info today. But if some of them, right, they're okay with info, but they want to find out further info, just suddenly then something pops up their mind, where can they go for further information?
They can go to a My Invoice portal.
My
or My
Invoice
Tax.
portal.
Actually, they have a lot of promotions there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I want to thank you again. Let's give a clap to Nicholas if you are there. So sharing such a important and upcoming information for any landowner. Right? You're collecting rental. That's what you need to understand and prepare yourself ahead of that. So with this, thank you so much for your time. We see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.